My name is Neil Kelleher. In this video I'll be taking you through a sequence of yoga poses. You could think of this as a yoga class. It is designed for beginners to intermediate students, and my assumption is that you can kneel comfortably and that you can sit upright with your legs straight and do a reasonable forward bend, perhaps to about 45 degrees or thereabouts. And part of what this routine will focus on is teaching you how to better feel your body, in particular your pelvis, but also noticing pressure changes in your foundation, and also learning how to use the arms while lifting up, say, into wheel pose. You don't have to be able to do wheel pose to do this workout. My hope is that in this yoga routine I'll make it easier for you to learn how to lift up into wheel pose if you are having difficulty with it. You'll notice that I haven't got a mat. My preference is to not use a mat whenever possible, so that it's just my own preference. If you have a yoga mat, please use it. Please use it if your parts of your bones are touching into the floor and it feels uncomfortable. Also, if you find your hands are slippery, then a yoga mat or some non-stick surface may help for some of the yoga poses. Most importantly, I would suggest moving slowly and smoothly both into each yoga pose and out of it. And I will endeavor to move slowly and smoothly throughout this video. So if you have any doubts, just try to match the speed at which I do all of the movements. Most importantly, don't try too hard. Try to keep your face relaxed. Try to enjoy the feeling of your body whilst you're doing this following routine, and I'll endeavor to do the same. Start off in a kneeling position. You can kneel with your knees together and your feet together, your buttocks on your heels. And to begin with, focus on feeling your sacrum, your tailbone. And slowly lift your tailbone, so as you do so your pelvis rolls forward, and then relax so that your tailbone moves down and your pelvis rolls backwards. Slowly lift your sacrum. As you do so, notice how your lumbar spine bends backwards, and then relax. And continue doing at the same pace. Lift your sacrum, and as you do so, feel the bottom of your sitting bones. As you lift your sacrum, feel the bottom of your sitting bones moving back, and then relax. Lift your sacrum, move the bottom of your sitting bones back, and then relax. And continue doing that same action, and then add an arm action. As you lift your sacrum, as your sitting bones move back, roll your upper arms outwards, or focus on the fronts of the upper arms moving outwards, and then relax both actions. Lift your sacrum, move the bottom of your sitting bones back, roll your upper arms outwards, and then relax. And again, one more time, lift your sacrum, roll your sitting bones back, roll your upper arms out, and then relax. From there, to stand up, lean forward, tuck your toes in, or tuck your toes under, lift your knees, and stand up. For the next exercise, stand with your feet about hip width apart with the outside edges of your feet parallel. Also bend your knees slightly, like so. From here, move to your left, shift your weight onto your left foot, to your right foot, and then relax, return to center. As you move, focus on feeling the pressure changes in your feet. Slowly move on to your left foot. Feel an increase in pressure in your left foot, a decrease in pressure in your right foot. Return to center, and I'm mirroring you. Move to your right, and feel the increase in pressure in your right foot. This foot has no pressure. Then relax, return to center. Move on to the left foot. Return to center. Next, we'll add a foot lift. Shift your weight onto your right foot. Feel all of your weight on your right foot. Engage the ankle of your right foot. Make the foot feel strong. Slowly lift the left foot just a few inches or even millimeters off of the floor. Touch it back down, return to center. Move on to your left foot, stabilize the left foot and ankle, lift the right foot, touch it back down, back to center, and then add the arms again. Move on to your right foot, stabilize the foot, lift the left foot, roll your arms outwards, and then relax. Move on to your left foot, stabilize the ankle, lift the right foot, roll the arms out, and then relax. And one of the things you can notice as you move on to your right foot, as you roll the arms out, the points of the elbows point back. They could also point inwards slightly. And then relax. Move on to the left foot, stabilize the foot, lift the right foot, roll the arms roll the arms out, and then relax. For the next pose, stand with your feet hip width apart, bend forward. You can place your hands on your shins. You can also place your hands on the floor. If your flexibility is limited, you can also place your hands on a chair like so and use the chair to support you. So from here, with the hands on the legs or the floor or on a chair supporting your upper body, feel your sitting bones as we did in the first exercise. Also feel your sacrum. And slowly move your sacrum forwards, that direction. Feel the bottom of your sit bones lifting, and then relax. If you can't get any movement, come slightly higher up. Lift your sitting bones, move your sacrum forwards, and then relax. Try to move slowly and smoothly for both actions. Lift, slowly lift, move your sacrum forward, and slowly relax. The sacrum moves back, the sitting bones move down. Move your sacrum forward, lift the sitting bones. You can think of the bottom of the sitting bones moving up away from the backs of the knees, and then relax. From here, hands on the shins, on a chair or on the floor. We'll shift side to side. So here again, shift onto your right foot slowly and smoothly. You can move your hands as you do so, and then back to center. Shift onto your left foot and back to center. And if you need to, you can bend the knees. Shift onto your right foot. Then from here, stabilize the right ankle. Slowly lift the left foot. Then from there, lift the hands. Hands and foot on the floor, back to center. Onto your left foot, stabilize the foot and ankle, lift the right foot, slowly lift the hands and foot back on the floor. Shift onto your right foot, stabilize the foot and ankle, lift the left foot, then from there you can open the chest a little bit, lift the hands and foot back down on the floor. Onto the left foot. Stabilize the foot and ankle here. Lift the right foot. And slowly lift the hands back on the floor, back to center. And then slowly stand up. One option, you may find that as you shift to one leg and lift the other foot, the foot wants to come back. See if you can draw the leg forward so it's almost parallel or in line with the standing leg. The next pose is triangle forward bend or purvottanasa, but we'll be doing this without the hands in reverse prayer. So to begin with, stand with your right leg forward and your left leg back, both knees straight. Distance between the feet is approximately a leg's length. So you can try moving your foot forward and then back, and then find a comfortable distance front to back. In this position, turn your hips square to the front. So with the right leg forward, turn your hips even further to the right so that your left hip is slightly ahead of the right hip. So with the hips over square, you can pivot the back foot so that the back foot is turned in slightly. Both knees are straight. The heels of both feet press into the floor, And in particular, make sure the outside edge of the back foot is pressing into the floor. And then from here, lift the fronts of the feet, both feet, and then press them down into the floor. See if you can find equal pressure between the fronts of your feet and your heels. From there, lift the chest, keep your chest open, try and lift your back ribs as well. Bend forward at the hips so you keep your chest open. Hands on your leg. If you need to, you can use a chair again. Just place a chair in front of you or have a chair either side of you. Or if you are flexible enough, have your hands on the floor. Relax a little bit. And then from here, press the fronts of your feet into the floor. Open your rib cage. Then lift your hands off of your leg, off of the floor, or off of the chairs if you are using them. And then slowly relax. Notice the speed at which I'm doing these movements. Use the same speed. Press your feet into the floor. Open the front of your rib cage. Lift your hands off of the floor. And then relax. Then we'll add on. Press the fronts of your feet into the floor. Slowly open your rib cage. Lift your hands. Externally rotate your arms so that your elbows point backwards. And then relax. Press the fronts of your feet into the floor. Open your chest. Lift your hands. Externally rotate. And then relax. You can keep doing this action or you can add on. Press your feet into the floor. Open the chest. Externally rotate your arms, then slowly reach the arms forwards. And then relax. Last time, press the fronts of the feet down. Open the chest, rotate the arms out. Reach the arms forwards. And then from here, see if you can stand up, keeping the arms reaching past the head. From here, reach upwards with your spine and your arms. And then relax and step your back foot forward. If you can't stand with your arms reaching up past the head, try it with your arms reaching backwards or with the arms out to the sides, and then with the arms up over the head. Another option, if it is too difficult, if it feels like your back is in pain, bend the knees in order to come up. So now with the other leg forward, turn your hips square to the front, and then turn your hips slightly towards the front leg so that you open the back of the front leg hip. Both knees are straight. Press the outside edge of the back foot into the floor. Feel both heels pressing into the floor. From there, press the fronts of both feet into the floor. Open your chest, open the front ribs, lengthen your neck, slowly bend forwards. You can stop here if you need to. Rest your hands on the floor, on the thigh or chair, or go all the way down. And same steps as before. Press the fronts of the feet down, open the chest, lift the hands, relax. Press the fronts of the feet down, open the chest, lift the hands, rotate the arms externally, and then relax. And then adding on when you like, press the fronts of the feet down, open the chest, externally rotate, reach the arms slowly forwards, rather than this, slowly forwards, and slowly down. Press the fronts of the feet, open the chest, externally rotate the arms, reach the arms forwards. So hold for a few seconds. Make sure you keep pressing down through the front of the foot. If you like, keep the arms out to the forwards, either out to the sides or back, and slowly stand up. And then bring your back foot forward. For Warrior One, we'll use a similar setup as for Triangle Pose, the previous pose. Step your legs, step your left foot back. And have your feet slightly wider or further apart front to back than in the previous pose. Turn your hips square to the front. Bend your front knee. Try and bend your knee so that the front of the knee is somewhere over the middle of the foot. Here again, turn your hips slightly more to the right so your hips are turning towards your front knee. So the back leg hip is slightly ahead of the front leg hip. Straighten the back knee. Press the back heel into the floor and feel the outside edge of your back foot and make sure it is touching the floor. Press both the fronts of both feet into the floor, and then from here, lift your chest. And if you have the ability, try to lift your back ribs up also. Now from this position, focus on feeling your shoulders. With the arms down and out to the side, feel the peak of each shoulder, the bone right here. And slowly focus on this point, these points here, lift them up and draw them in towards your ears. And keep your neck long as you do so, and then relax. So draw the peaks of your shoulders up and in, and then relax. Peaks of the shoulders up and in, and then relax. And notice that I'm not doing it like this, where I'm retracting the shoulder blades. This part moves in and up, the bottom of the shoulder blade moves out. And try the same thing with the arms up over the head. Peak of the shoulder up and in, so the palms move towards each other, and then relax. Peak of the shoulder up and in, and then relax. And then from here, lean forward, reach forward, bring the back leg forward. So warrior one on the other side. So this time the right leg is back. Hips square to the front, bend the front knee. And then try to turn the pelvis slightly towards the front leg. As you do so, the back foot, the heel of the back foot may move outwards, but try to avoid this sort of position or this position. Have the foot slightly turned out to begin with. Then as you square your hips, turn the heel of the back foot out slightly, or move the heel of the back foot out slightly. Make sure the back knee is straight, press down through the back heel, and try to press down through the outer edge of the back foot. Lift the back ribs, move them away from your pelvis, lift the front ribs, and as before, focus first on the peaks of the shoulder, move them up and in, keep the neck long, and then relax. Move the top peaks of the shoulders up and in, the bottom of the shoulder blades can move outwards, and then relax. And then the same thing with the arms up over the head, neck long, ribs lifted, peaks of the shoulders up and in, relax, peaks of the shoulders up and in, relax, and try to avoid this sort of movement. Slow and smooth up and in, slow and smooth down and out. And then relax, lean forward, reach your hands and body forward. See if you can smoothly step your back foot forward. Another exercise in which you can practice being aware of the peaks of the shoulders is in standing side bend. Stand with your feet parallel, about hip width or shoulder width apart. And then from here, push your hips to one side. Notice the relationship of my hips to my feet. So here my hips are over my feet. Now I'm pushing them to one side. At the same time, my rib cage is leaning in the opposite direction. So from this position with the hips pushed to the right and the rib cage leaning to the left, feel your lumbar spine. See if you can bend your lumbar spine to the left. As you do so, you'll feel the right side of your waist lengthening. And then from there, bend your thoracic spine to the left so that the right side of your rib cage opens. Try to open your chest and your back ribs, move both away from your pelvis, and keep pushing your pelvis to the right. Make both sides of your neck long, reach your arms up and over to the left. So rather than like this, both elbows are straight, the arms are slightly lifted, unless your side bend is a lot deeper than mine. From here again, focus on the tips or the upper points or peaks of the shoulder blades, move them up and in, and then relax. Top of the shoulders up and in, and then relax. And when you relax, you can relax your ribs as well. Open the ribs, reach the shoulders up and in, neck long, relax. If you can touch your palms, do so. If not, don't worry. Let's focus on moving your shoulders up and in, and then relax. And then keep your arms extended. Slowly stand up, and in this position, lift your ribs, reach your arms up, and if you like, touch the palms together, and then relax. And then do the same thing. Hips to the left this time, ribcage to the right. Feel your lumbar spine bending to the right so the left waist lengthens. Feel your thoracic spine bending to the right so the left side of your ribcage opens. Keep both sides of your neck equally long so you're not bending the neck in this pose. Use your legs, keep pushing your hips to the left while you bend your spine to the right. Reach your arms up over your head. And try to avoid this situation where your ribcage is leaning forward and collapse. Try to be open and try to keep your body flat when viewed from the side. So again, open your ribs, reach the arms, shoulders up and in, and then relax. Shoulders up and in, relax. Shoulders up and in, and relax. And then try to stand slowly and smoothly. Lengthen upwards. If you like, bring the palms together and then slowly relax. Again, standing with your feet about hip to shoulder width apart, outside edges of the feet nearly or exactly parallel. You can have your knees slightly bent. Shift your weight onto your right foot. Stabilize the right ankle and slowly lift your left foot off of the floor. Then lift the knee higher. Try to get the knee about hip height or even up higher towards the chest. From this position, the standing knee can be straight or it can be slightly bent. Keep your chest open. Keep your chest open and slowly bend forward. Keep the knee forward as much as you can. Keep the lifted knee pulled forward. And then from there, touch your hands to your standing leg. If you have a chair, use the chair or place your hands on the floor. From this position, slowly reach the lifted leg back. Point the knee down. I'm not trying to reach it higher, I'm just reaching it back and pointing the knee downwards. Then bring the knee forward in towards the chest. Stabilize foot and ankle if it isn't already. Then try to lift the hands. Hands on the floor, reach the leg back. Again, knee points down. Bring the knee forward. Stabilize foot and ankle. Slowly relax the arms, then lift the hands. Hands back on the floor, reach the leg back. Knee forward, into the chest, stabilize foot and ankle. Lift the hands, and then from there, slowly stand up while trying to keep your knee pulled forwards. And then relax. And then do the other side. Stand with your knees slightly bent. Shift onto your other foot. Foot and ankle stable, lift the knee. So here again, keep your chest open, slowly bend forward. Standing knee can be straight or bent. Touch your hands to the floor, to your leg, or to a chair or other suitably high prop. Try to lengthen your neck. Reach the leg back, rather than like that, slowly and smoothly. Then bring the knee in towards the chest. Stabilize foot and ankle. Slowly lift the hands. Hands back down. Reach the leg back. Knee into the chest. Stabilize foot and ankle. Lift the hands. Hands back down. Reach the foot back. Last time. Knee to the chest. Stabilize foot and ankle. Lift the hands. And then slowly stand up and then relax. Standing up from the previous pose is probably one of the more difficult actions you can do, especially for the hips and especially with the leg forward. What you can practice if you have difficulty is bending forward slowly and in control. So with your weight on one leg lifted, focus on moving down slowly and in control. If you can't move down slowly and in control, you probably can't stand up either slowly and in control. Then once you get down as far as you can, and if you can't lift up, just put your foot back down on the floor, stand up, and then repeat on the other side. Another thing that you can practice, prior to bending forward, lift the foot, then try lifting a hip high, lift the lifted leg hip high, and then lower, lift, and lower, and then whilst bend forward, do the same thing. And as you lift this hip, notice the feeling in your standing leg hip. So lower the lifted hip, lift it higher and lower, and see if you can find a position where this hip feels stronger. So for me, I feel it. If I lift this hip higher, this feels slightly easier to stand up. Then repeat on the other side. So switch legs each time. So again, first of all, standing, practice lifting and lowering the lifted leg hip. Do it slower than that. Bend forward, hands on the floor. This knee bent. And here again, lower the hip, lift the hip. Notice how your standing leg hip feels. Lower, lift. For me, this position feels slightly more stronger. Practice a few times. Don't worry if you don't get it perfect. Straight away, practice, then rest, and then move on to the next exercise. So from standing, sit down, so squat, and sit down. And sit with your feet together, bound angle, Baddha Konasana. But for this first variation, have your feet forward, away from the pelvis. So probably about a calf's length. Whoops. All right. So from here, going back to the first exercise, the very first exercise, feel your sacrum. Roll your pelvis so that your sacrum lifts off of the floor. Feel your sitting bones. Feel the bottom of your sitting bones reaching back. And for this exercise, first of all, focus one side at a time. So focus on your right sitting bone. Reach the right sitting bone back, lift the sacrum. At the same time, feel your right foot pressing down into the floor. You could lift the hands if you like, and then relax. Then focus on your left sitting bone. Reach the left sitting bone back. The bottom of the left sitting bone moves back. Sacrum lifts. Press your left foot into the floor. Slowly lift the hands, and then relax. Feel your right sitting bone. Reach it back. Lift the sacrum. Press the foot down. Lift the feet, and then relax. Then feel your other foot, reach the sitting bone back, press the foot into the floor, lift the hands up, and then relax. And then from here, reach both sitting bones back, move the sacrum up, lift both hands, relax, move both sitting bones back, lift the sacrum, press both feet down, reach both arms forwards. And from here, lengthen the sides of the neck, so draw the ears away from the shoulders. And try to move the ribs, the sides of the ribs away from the pelvis. And try and create space. And the reason for reaching the arms forwards is that in here you have a little bit of weight, that of the ribcage, helping you to stretch. With the arms reaching forwards and off of the floor, there's even more weight added to the stretch. And do keep pressing the feet into the floor. You may feel slight activation along the sides of the thighs as you do so. Then from there, slowly sit up. Draw your feet close to your pelvis for the second variation of bound angle. This time with the feet closer to the pelvis, or as close as possible. The setup is exactly the same as before. Reach your hands forwards. If you can't bend forwards while doing Baddha Konasana, you can have the hands behind your back and your chest lifted. So in this position, reach a sitting bone back, lift the sacrum, feel that foot pressing down. So in this case, I'm doing my right foot, and then relax. Move the left sitting bone back, press the left foot down, lift the sacrum, relax. You can also do it from here. Right sitting bone back, sacrum lifted. Press the right foot down, you can lift the hands, and then relax. Reach the left sitting bone back, lift the sacrum, press the left foot down, lift the hands, and then relax. Now do both sides. Press the bottoms of both sitting bones back, lift the sacrum, press the feet down, slowly lift the hands, reach with the ribs, reach with the ears so that the neck is long, and hold. Inhale. Exhale. And slowly reach further forward. Inhale. Exhale. Keep both feet pressing down. Inhale. And exhale. Hands down on the floor if you need to. Slowly. From bound angle, move into upright pigeon. In upright pigeon, you can have one leg forward. Let's start with the right leg forward and your left leg back. And the first exercise is a preparation for shoulder awareness. So have your hand on the floor, have your front leg hip on the floor, and position the knee so that it is, rather than being here inside the hip, have the front knee outside of the hip and also the foot back behind the knee. So rather than forward and parallel to the front of your mat, back slightly. From this position, feel your right hand, and I'll show you from the rear. Press your right hand into the floor and feel your shoulder. So use your shoulder to push the right hand into the floor. At the same time, push your rib cage to the left, and then lift the right hip, and then relax. Use the shoulder, push the hand into the floor, push the rib cage to the left, lift the right hip. You can point the left knee down as you do so, and then relax. And then from here, same action. Use the shoulder, push the rib cage to the left, lift the right hip. And then from here, press the right knee into the floor. As you do so, you'll notice some tension here and perhaps along here. And then relax. Again, use your shoulder, push the hand into the floor, push your rib cage to the back leg side, lift the hip, press the knee down. Keep the knee pressing down, slowly lift your hand off of the floor and use the strength of this leg to keep the pelvis lifted. Repeat that a few more times if you like, and then place both hands on the floor. And in this position, vary the pelvis position. So rather than being here with the front leg hip dipped, or here with the back leg hip dipped, try to find a position where the pelvis is level from right to left. From here, use your arms. Push your hands slightly forward and down to lift the rib cage and push your rib cage backwards. So this action. And again, rather than like this, try to do it slowly. Feel your hands pressing into the floor. Feel your rib cage moving up and back. From this position, activate your spinal erectors to bend your spine backwards. Starting from the bottom, moving your way up, activate the lumbar spinal erectors to bend your lumbar spine backwards. Activate your thoracic spinal erectors to bend the thoracic spine backwards. So from the side view, bend your spine backwards. This is what I call bending forwards. The front of the body activates. Bending backwards, the back of the body activates. From this position, spinal erectors activated, using the arms to help lift the rib cage. Now focus on lifting your back thigh. Use the muscles at the back of the thigh, even the buttock, to lift the back thigh up. And then from there, reach the back leg back so that your pelvis sinks towards the floor. Hold this position and focus on slow and smooth breathing. Inhale. Exhale. You can try to make your neck feel long. Inhale. Exhale. If you have the ability, you can move your hands closer to your body so you can move your rib cage higher. Inhale. Exhale. Notice my hands are like this to help me lift higher. Inhale. And then relax. And change sides. This time with the left leg forward. Hip on the floor, hand on the floor. Push the hand into the floor, push the rib cage to the right. Lift the hip. And then relax. Feel the shoulder, push the hand into the floor, move the rib cage to the right, and lift the hip. And then relax. And then from here, push the hand into the floor, lift the hip. This time, push the left knee down into the floor. The right knee can point straight down. Slowly lift the hand off of the floor. See if you can hold with the strength of your left leg. Place both hands on the floor. Make sure the pelvis is level from left to right. Use your hands, push your ribcage up and back. Slowly activate your spinal erectors so that you feel a squeezing sensation all the way up either side of the spine. That is your spinal erectors activating to bend your spine backwards. Lift your back thigh. As you do so, you may feel these muscles activating. Squeeze them to lift the leg higher. You can also squeeze the butt to lift the leg higher. Keep that action. Reach the back leg back and hold. Inhale. Exhale, neck long. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And then relax. And this time, bring both feet forward, both hands on the floor behind your back. And to begin with, we'll use the shoulders in a similar way that we did in pigeon. So with your ribcage relaxed, sinking down between your shoulders, actually with your shoulders relaxed, press the hands, use your shoulders, press your hands into the floor, lift the chest, and then try to use your shoulders to push your chest forwards, and then relax. Push your hands into the floor, move your shoulders back, chest forward, and then relax. And then add the legs and pelvis. Push the hands into the floor using your shoulders, lift the chest, move it forward, and then feel your feet. Press your feet into the floor. Use your legs to press your feet into the floor and lift your hips. Slowly press higher, and then relax. Use your shoulders, press your hands into the floor, lift the chest. Use your legs, press your feet into the floor, lift your hips, and then relax. And then from here, with your hips on the floor, slowly lift your feet. Then lean forward till you take the weight off of your hands, and then reach your hands forwards. And earlier we did external rotations of the arms. Now we'll practice internal rotation. Slowly straighten, this time I'm mirroring you. Straighten your right knee. You can roll the leg inwards slightly. Roll the right arm inwards as well, so the elbow points out or slightly up, and then relax. Straighten the left knee. You can roll the leg inwards. Roll the left hand, arm in, and then relax. All right. Straighten the right knee. Roll the arm inwards, and then relax. And then straighten the left leg. Roll the arms inward, arm inwards, and then relax. Then place the hands on the floor behind you, with feet on the floor. Use your shoulders, press your hands down, chest forward. Use your legs, press your pelvis up. And hold. Try to lengthen your neck. And feel your shoulders. See if you can gradually lift your chest higher. Exhale, you can lengthen your neck. Inhale. Exhale, feel your shoulders. See if you can lift your chest higher. Inhale. Exhale, feel your chest. See if you can move your chest towards your chin. Inhale. Exhale, you could also move your knees forwards away from your chest. Inhale. And exhale, and slowly lower. Lift your feet off of the floor, lean forward, lift your hands. And this time, we'll do boat pose with both legs. Slowly straighten the knees. Roll the legs inwards slightly, roll the arms inwards. And then relax. And try to keep your spine long. Straighten the knees, roll the legs slightly inwards so the back of the thighs move outwards. Roll the arms inwards, and then relax. Straighten the knees, roll the arms and legs inwards slightly, and then relax. One more time, keep the spine long. Straighten the knees, roll the arms inwards, and then relax. From here, lie down on the floor. Bend your knees, have your feet flat on the floor. And try to position your feet so that your feet are parallel, about hip width or shoulder width apart. Also, rather than having your feet forward, move the feet close to the hips, close enough that you could touch them with your fingertips. Use your leg muscles, press your feet down so that your hips move up. And then in this position, you can lift the shoulders And then press the shoulders down. A similar action to in tabletop. Press your shoulders down so your chest lifts up, and also press your arms down. And simply hold here. Feel your legs. Try to make both legs feel the same. You can also feel your feet. You can try turning your feet out, and just so that you become more aware of having your feet parallel, slowly turn them inwards. Then place them down on the floor. Press down through the fronts of your feet also. So fronts of the feet and heels press down with equal pressure so that your pelvis slowly moves higher. And press your shoulders down, open your chest a little bit more. As you press your shoulders down, you can move the shoulder blades inwards slightly. You can also try pressing your elbows and palms down also. And then slowly relax. Lift your legs up, straighten the legs, lift your arms. Here again, you can roll the legs in slightly so the back of the thighs moves outwards away from each other. You could also roll the arms internally, so the fronts of the arm move inwards. Lift the hips off of the floor. So now you're bending your spine forwards, abs are engaged. Lift your upper back and head off of the floor and hold here. Try to relax your feet and ankles. See if you can make your feet symmetrical. Try to make your hips feel the same as well. You can also lengthen your neck. Inhale. Exhale. If you like, smile. Inhale. Exhale. Try to relax your face. Relax on the inside. Inhale. And then relax. Hands and feet on the floor. For the next exercise, this is a preparation for Wheelpose. Place your hands on the floor beside your ears. You can have the knees bent or you can have the legs straight. It doesn't matter because your hips won't be doing anything in this pose. From here, try and use your shoulders. Keep your elbows strong. Use your shoulders to press your hands down into the floor. Lift your rib cage and then relax. If you can lift up, don't worry about it. Focus on pressing down smoothly and slowly and releasing slowly. So arms strong, elbows strong and locked. Feel your shoulders. Use your shoulders to press your hands into the floor. Touch the floor and then relax. And this is exactly the same as this pose where you're using your shoulders to lift the chest, except for the elbows are straight in this pose. With the elbows bent so that you can use your shoulders to lift your rib cage, make your elbows strong, stable. And so again, repeating slowly and smoothly. Try to move the elbows inwards towards each other. You can also press the fingertips into the floor. Elbows strong. Use your shoulders, press your hands down. Relax. Press down. And then relax. You can rest with your legs and arms up. This time, keep your hips and rib cage on the floor. And when you're ready, bend your knees, place your feet on the floor, and this time we'll combine the two actions so that we're moving towards bridge pose. Lift your hips, so feel your legs. Push, use your legs, push your feet into the floor, lift the hips up. Hands on the floor, and move up onto the top of your head. And again, remember, first of all, focus on your legs, push your pelvis up, then elbows locked, feel your shoulders, try and use your shoulders to push your hands into the floor, slowly lift the head, and then lower. If you can't lift, just focus on pushing down slowly and smoothly, and then relaxing. Feet pressed down, elbows strong, push your hands down, relax. Feet strong, elbows strong, push your hands down, and then relax. And slowly lie down on the floor. You can rest with your hands on your chest, knees bent, or if you like, legs up, hands reaching up to the ceiling. So rest here for a few moments. If you need to pause the video while you rest, that's fine. Then when you're ready, repeat. And you can do the same exercise as before, slowly lifting up and then lowering, touching your top of your head onto the floor. Or you can try and push higher and see if you can hold the pose. So from here, lift the hips up, hands on the floor, head on the floor, elbows strong. Use your shoulder to push your hands into the floor. And then from here, see if you can slowly lift higher. And then see if you can hold for a count of 5. If your elbows are bent, that's fine, hold.
Or if you can get the elbows straight, that's fine also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then slowly release. And then repeat that one more time by yourself. So pause the video or just repeat that last section. Do it one more time and then rest. One quick tip, if you have trouble getting your head off of the floor, you may find it helpful to shift your body weight towards your feet, so then that you'll be using more of your leg strength and your arms don't have to work so hard. Also, when working on straightening the elbows, the first step is to use your shoulders to push up. Once your head is clear off the floor, then start to work at straightening your elbows to lift up. So showing the variation, lift the hips, and then from here, use your feet. Pull your feet back so your hips move forwards. So try to keep that forward pull using your legs. And then when you are trying to lift your head, you can also push your hands back that way so your body continues to move forward. Be careful of the knees. You might not want to go too far forward. Then here you can use mostly the strength of your legs to lift your hips and allow your elbows to straighten. And again, you can go up, slowly up, and then down. Repeat 5 times or hold in the upward position for 5 breaths. So hips up, hips forward. Use the hands to push the body forward. Lift up, straighten the elbows, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then slowly lower, and then from here rest. The next set of exercises is rolling backwards and forwards. For this, make sure that there is nothing behind you that you will roll on and hurt yourself or it. Bend your spine forwards. If you have back problems, you probably want to avoid this. If it feels uncomfortable in your lower back, then avoid it and just go straight to the forward bend. Bend your spine forward. First of all, grab the legs. And then from here, roll back. Try and lift your hips. If you can't hold this position, elbows on the floor, prop your hips with your hands. Then release, grab the legs, and roll forward. So repeat that a few times. Roll back, roll forward. You can also do it like this. Roll back, hands back behind you, and roll forward. Practice pausing at when you roll back and when you roll forward. So hold this position, then roll back, either here or here. Then roll forwards again. Pause. Roll back. Roll forwards. Roll back. And roll forwards. Next, try it without using your hands. So now, without the hands grabbing onto the legs, you'll actually have to use your abs to keep your spine round and keep your legs hugged in. As you roll, you can extend the legs as you need to help control the roll. You can also do the same with the arms. So roll back, hold this position, arms like so or like so, and then roll forwards, roll back, roll forwards, roll back, pause, roll forwards. The final variation is to roll back and forward slowly. And here again, you may have to use your legs, reach with your arms to control. So from here, slowly roll back, and slowly lift the hips. Notice how I'm reaching both my arms and my legs back, and then slowly roll forwards. And to roll back up, you'll need to reach your legs forwards. And slowly roll back. And then roll forwards. Pause one more time, roll back. And then roll forwards. Next, from the roll, straighten both legs. Have your feet
about hip width apart, maybe slightly narrower. If you like, you could also do it with feet together. So legs straight. Here again, feel your sitting bones and your sacrum. Lift your sacrum, feel the bottoms of your sitting bones moving back. Excuse me. And then from there, as well as lifting your sitting bones, see if you can widen your sitting bones out to the side so that they are moving away from your tailbone. Keep lifting your sitting bones. Lengthen the sides of your neck. Pull your ears away from your shoulders. Try to open the back of your rib cage. Make it feel open. Open the fronts. And here again, widen and lift your sitting bones. Lift your sacrum. And if you like, reach your arms forward. Focus on lengthening your spine and your arms. And stay aware of your hips. The legs can also roll in slightly so the back of the thighs move outwards. Inhale. Exhale. You may find it helps to pull the lower belly in slightly. Inhale. Exhale. And even if you're up here, focus on lengthening rather than trying to curl your spine. So keep your spine open and long. So here or here, long. Stay aware of your hips. Try and lift your sacrum. Inhale. Exhale. Sitting bones wide, sacrum lifted. Inhale. And then slowly sit. Throughout this workout, I've tried to help you or give you cues to be aware of pressure. So when you were shifting weight side to side, the idea was to feel your feet, feel when your weight was entirely on one leg, entirely on the other leg. Also to feel when one foot was empty, i.e. didn't have any pressure in it or on it. And this final exercise will continue in that vein. In Bakasana, have your heels about maybe a fist width apart, feet turned out, knees wide. And first of all, place the back of the upper arms against the shins like so. So not like this, not like this. Upper arms contacting the shins. And from here, rotate the arms outwards so that the forearms are parallel. So not like this and not like this. Not like this either. Forearms parallel, elbows pointing back. From here, lift the hips high, place the hands on the floor, and try to move the hands close to the feet. Keep the elbows pointing back, keep your shins against the arms. And first of all, focus on feeling your shins and the arms. As you move your hips forward, look forward. Feel the increase in pressure of your shins on your upper arms, and then roll back. That's all you're doing is feeling the changes in pressure. Move forward, feel your shins pressing into your upper arms, and then move back. And then rest when you're ready, or just keep repeating that, just noticing the pressure changes of your shins pressing against your upper arm. And then for the next step, focus on feeling the pressure changes in your feet and your hands. So again, forearms parallel, elbows pointing back, shins against the arm. Eyes look forward, not here, but perhaps a foot and a half in front of your fingertips. Slowly move forward. Feel your shins pressing your arms. Also feel your hands pressing the floor with even more pressure, and the pressure of your feet less. And then rock back. Go all the way back. Lift your hands. Hands touch the floor. Move forward so you feel the weight of your body pressing into your hands. The feet get light on the floor, and then rock back. So just focus on feeling that. So even if you can't lift your feet, it doesn't matter, because what you're doing is getting used to feeling your body and noticing the pressure differences between feet and hands. And then when you're ready, if you can get all of your weight onto your hands, just lift the feet up. Just a little bit is fine. And then relax and repeat that a few times. I also talked about stability when doing the side to side standing weight shift. So in the side to side weight shift, both standing and forward bending, I suggested after shifting weight to one leg, stabilize the ankle before lifting the foot. You can do something similar in Bakasana. For stability, make the fingers strong and the forearms strong so the arms don't wobble side to side. You can also try to bring the feet together using your inner thighs so that altogether your base is a little bit more stable, so you won't be so wobbly. So again, forearms parallel, hips lifted, shins against your arms. Rock forward, feel your shins pressing your arms. Rock forward further, feel the pressure increase in your hands. Then lift your feet. And if you can hold this,
Fingertips press the floor, forearms strong. Gently bring the feet towards each other. You can also squeeze the knees in so that both your legs and your arms form a stable foundation. So after you've had enough of that, the final is to lie down, hug your knees to your chest for a few moments. And ideally this pose feels comfortable and relaxing. Then when you're ready, place your feet on the floor, knees bent, hands on your heart. And again, this is sort of a nice, relaxing, looking inwards position. And when you're ready, straighten your knees. So have your feet separated, feet turned out, so the tops of the feet or the fronts of the feet can roll out to the side. You can also leave your hands on your heart or straighten your elbows, turn your palms up. You can flick the shoulder blades beneath you. Make sure your neck is comfortable. And in this position, just close your eyes and relax. And then when you're ready, slowly reach the arms up over your head, stretch out, stretch your arms, spine, legs. Roll up to a sitting position. And at the end, you might choose just to sit upright with your hands in prayer just for a few breaths. Make your body feel long. Usually when I'm at the end of classes, if I have people in the class, I imagine light or radiance for all those people and myself, the world even if you like. We're just enjoying the after effects of the practice. Namaste. Thank you for watching.